Good morning, students. Student, in the last lecture, we have been completed one more method for the process of sterilization that was said to be the filtration. So totally three methods has been completed from our side. Three different methods of the sterilization has been completed from our side. The first one that was said to be the dry heat sterilization. Second one that was said to be the moist heat sterilization. And in the last lecture, we have been completed filtration as a process of sterilization. So now today we are going to start with the fourth or the new method of the sterilization, that is radiation. Radiation as a process of sterilization. Now student, try to understand first of all what is meant by the radiation. Radiation is defined as any form of the energy which was get emitted out from the atomic activities, and it travels in a straight line through the matter and the space. We have been studied this particular definition of the radiation in the 12th science. What is meant by the radiation? Radiation is defined as any form of the energy which was emitted out from the atomic activities, and it travels in a straight line through the matter as well as through the space. Energy content of the radiation is found to be the inversely proportional to the wavelength of radiation. This was the second point. Energy content of any radiation is found to be the inversely proportional to the wavelength of the radiation. It means that if lower will be the wavelength of the radiation, then higher will be the energy content of that particular radiation. Try to understand. The relationship is inversely proportional, which was indicating that if higher will be the wavelength, then lower will be the energy content of the radiation, or if lower will be the wavelength of the radiation, then higher will be the energy content of that particular radiation. Okay, so student, try to understand. If lower will be the wavelength of radiation, then higher will be the energy content of that radiation, and thus greater will be the power of killing the microorganism. If the energy content of the radiation is higher, then definitely it was having a high power, or we can say it was having a great ability to kill or to inhibit the growth of the microorganism. So hoping that you will understand this particular introductory slide. What is meant by the radiation? Radiation is any form of the energy which was emitted out from the atomic activities, and it travels in a straight line through the matter as well as through the space. Okay. Energy content of the radiation is found to be inversely proportional to the wavelength of radiation, which was indicating that if lower will be the wavelength, then higher will be the energy content of the radiation, and if higher will be the energy content of the radiation, then it was having a higher ability or greater ability to inhibit the growth of microorganism or to kill the microorganism. Moving on toward the next slide. Radiation which is used for the sterilization process is basically get categorized into the two categories. For the process of sterilization, we are making a use of the two types of the radiation. The first one is said to be the ionizing radiation, and the second one is said to be the non-ionizing radiation. दोन प्रकारचे radiations आहेत जे आपण जनरली वापरतो for the process of sterilization. पहिली जी कॅटेगरी आहे that is the ionizing radiation, which are responsible for the ionization of the atoms and the molecules, and second one is said to be the non-ionizing radiation. So we will study first of all about the ionizing radiation. Try to understand, student. Ionizing radiation. Radiation which is responsible for the ionization of the atoms and the molecules is simply called as the ionizing radiation. If anyone will ask you which two types of the radiations are used for the process of sterilization, so basically two types of the radiations which are used, they are called as ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation. Now student, try to understand. Ionizing radiations are simply responsible for ionization of the atoms on the molecules, and that's why they are called as ionizing radiation. This radiation means ionizing radiation is having the ability to get strike with the atoms, and it ejects out the electron from the atoms, which leads to the ionization. आता ही ionization process कसं काय होते ते लक्षात घ्या दुसऱ्या पॉइंट मध्ये. This radiation is having an ability to get strike. It was getting bombarded with the atoms. After getting bombarded with the atoms, it was ejecting out the electrons from the atoms, and thus it ultimately leads to the ionization. Okay, moving on toward the next slide. Mechanism of action of ionizing radiation. Mechanism of action means what it was indicating? It was indicating that how radiation or ionizing radiation is responsible. How ionizing radiation is responsible for the killing of microorganism or for inhibiting the growth of microorganism. Student, try to understand. We are going to study the point that is the mechanism of action of ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation mainly disturbs the atomic structure of the molecule by ejecting the electrons from the molecules, which results in the formation of ion. जसं मी तुम्हाला डेफिनेशन सांगितली आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशनची. आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन म्हणजे कुठले रेडिएशन्स? रेडिएशन्स विच आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल for causing the ionization of the atoms and the molecules. However, when these ionizing radiations are get bombarded over the atoms, they ejects out the electron and they leads to the formation of the ion. तर तेच पहिले इथलं मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन सांगितलं आहे. आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन मेनली डिस्टर्ब्स द ॲटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल by ejecting out the electrons from the molecules and which ultimately leads to the formation of ion. One of the most sensitive target of ionizing radiation is a DNA molecule. बॅक्टेरियाच्या बॉडीमध्ये जे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशनचं टार्गेट आहे, यू नो व्हेरी वेल, आपण अल्ट्रास्ट्रक्चर शिकलो. इन द अल्ट्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बॅक्टेरिया आय हॅव बीन टॉट यू that in the ultrastructure of the bacteria there is a nucleoid area, and that nucleoid area is basically consisting of the two types of the nucleic acid, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid, that is DNA, and RNA. These are the ribose nucleic acid, RNA. So these are the two types of the nucleic acid which are remain present in the bacterial body. आणि हे जे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन आहे, हे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन काय करतायत? द मोस्ट सेन्सिटिव्ह टार्गेट ऑफ द आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन इज अ DNA molecule. However, ionizing radiation leads to the permanent breaking of the DNA molecule. That is, it indicates that the mutation which is unrepaired. आता काय होतंय? When the bacteria are exposed with the ionizing radiation, जेव्हा तुम्ही बॅक्टेरियाला एक्सपोज करताय अंडर द आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन, at that time this ionizing radiation is having an ability to disturb the DNA which is present inside the body of bacteria. लक्षात घ्या. One of the most sensitive target of the ionizing radiation is the DNA which is present inside the body of bacteria. However, this ionizing radiation, they are responsible for inducing the permanent mutation. Permanent mutation चा अर्थ काय होतोय? Permanent disruption in the DNA molecule. It leads to the permanent breaking of the DNA molecule. Try to understand. However, ionizing radiation leads to the permanent breaking of a DNA molecule. That is, it induces the mutation which is not repaired. The dose of the ionizing radiation ranges from 0.5 to 5 megahertz for the process of sterilization. आणि हे जे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशनचं डोस दिलं जात आहे स्टरलायझेशनसाठी, ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड स्टुडंट. Radiation is used for the killing of microorganism, for inhibiting the growth of microorganism. आणि जेव्हा तुम्ही या रेडिएशनला मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझम किल करण्यासाठी वापरतायत, at that time student this is called as an the radiation as an a sterilization. Basically, the dose of ionizing radiation which is responsible for the killing of microorganism or which is responsible for the process of sterilization, that dose is in the range of 0.5 megahertz to 0.5 to 5 megahertz. 0.5 to 5 megahertz. Moving on toward the next slide. Ionizing radiations are having more penetration power as compared to the non-ionizing radiation. Try to understand. You have to remember this point also. Ionizing radiations are having more penetration power in comparison of the non-ionizing radiation. Examples of ionizing radiations are X-rays, cathode rays and gamma rays. हे तीन प्रकाराचे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन्स आहेत जे आपण बेसिकली वापरतो फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टरलायझेशन. कुठले कुठले आहेत ते तीन प्रकाराचे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन? X-rays, cathode rays and gamma rays. Okay student, so hoping that you will understand this mechanism of action of ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation काय करतोय? Ionizing radiation is responsible for the process of ionization. It ejects out the electron. It disturbs the atomic structure of the bacteria. The most sensitive target of the ionizing radiation in the bacterial body is the DNA, and we know very well, एकदा जर का DNA डिस्टर्ब झाला, DNA मध्ये म्युटेशन झालं तर बॅक्टेरिया सर्व्हाइव्ह करू शकत नाही. म्हणून आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन कोणावर अटॅक करते डायरेक्टली? आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन इज अटॅकिंग ऑन द DNA of the bacterial body, and once the DNA is get disturbed, once the DNA is get break, then bacteria are not able to survive. Okay, the dose of ionizing radiation is in the range of 0.5 megahertz to 5 megahertz. 0.5 to 5 megahertz. Okay. And the examples of ionizing radiations are X-rays, cathode rays and gamma rays. Now the next point, that is the application of ionizing radiation. Application, where we are using this ionizing radiation for the process of sterilization. First one, It is helpful to sterilize the various food materials or the food products. Very, you know, student, very well that in the market the packed food containers are available. Packed food containers are available. If you will see nowadays the desserts and the sweets, you have been seen about all those desserts and sweets which are available in the packed form in the market. Okay, for example, if I will give you the example, you have been seen that particular the packs of gulab jamuns which are available in the market. Okay, so these packs of gulab jamuns, we can say this pack of and the dessert or the sweet, they will get sterilized already before they are marketed or before they have been launched in the market for the selling purpose. त्यांचं स्टरलायझेशन आधीच झालेलं आहे आणि त्यांचं स्टरलायझेशन कुठल्या मेथडने केलं गेलेलं आहे बाय द मेथड ऑफ आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. If you will see student again nowadays the ready-made Maggi is available in the container pack. The Maggi, you know, one type of and the snack which is available in the market and it is available in the packet form, in the container form. Now whatever the food material is present in that particular container, that was get sterilized. It was get sterilized. It has been passed through the process of sterilization, and that sterilization was carried out by the method of radiation. Okay, so the first application is that ionizing radiation is helpful to sterilize the various food products. Second one, it is helpful for sterilization of the various medicinal products such as the drugs, vaccines, syringes, surgical gloves and the tissue like bone, skin, cartilage and the heart walls. All these materials are basically get sterilized. The sterilization is carried out by making a use of the technique that is the radiation. Okay, moving on toward the next slide. Disadvantages or limitation of ionizing radiation. आता या आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशनचे डिसएडवांटेजेस काय काय? फर्स्ट वन, इट अल्टर्स द क्वालिटी, फ्लेवर अँड द टेस्ट ऑफ फूड मटेरियल आफ्टर द स्टरलायझेशन. मी जसं तुम्हाला एक्झाम्पल दिलं मागे की मार्केटमध्ये डेझर्ट्स अवेलेबल आहे पॅक फॉर्ममध्ये. जसं मी तुम्हाला रसगुल्ला, गुलाबजामुन्स, all these desserts and the sweets are available in the pack form of Haldirams. Okay, so these containers of the Haldirams, they have been passed through the process of radiation, means they have been passed through the process of sterilization. पण जेव्हा हे जे कंटेनर्स आहेत हल्दीराम्सचे, जे काही स्वीटचे कंटेनर्स आहेत त्यांच्यावर जेव्हा रेडिएशन एक्सपोज केली जाते, ॲट दॅट टाइम दॅट रेडिएशन मे बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर मेकिंग द अल्टरेशन, फॉर मेकिंग द चेंजेस इन द टेस्ट, flavor and the color of the food. Quality, flavor, taste and the color of the food may be get changed after the process of sterilization. Second disadvantage is that continuous exposure to the ionizing radiation is found to be harmful for the machine operator. Definitely student, the continuous exposure of the radiation on the human body, the continuous exposure of the radiation on the human body is responsible for the skin burn, skin cancer, red patches will be get developed. Means it was indicating that continuous exposure of the radiation on the human body or over the machine operator is found to be a very harmful. However, it may leads to the chances of and the skin rashes. It may leads to the formation of the red patches over the skin surface. It may leads to the problem of itching. It may leads to the problem of and the skin cancer. Okay, so student, hoping that you have been understand this particular first type of the radiation, that is the ionizing radiation. Okay, moving on toward the next slide. The second one which we are going to study, that is the non-ionizing radiation. So first one has been completed in the radiation part. Radiation as a process of sterilization. त्याच्यात पहिलं जे रेडिएशन मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की दोन प्रकारचे रेडिएशन वापरले जातात स्टरलायझेशनसाठी. पहिलं आहे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन आणि दुसरं आहे नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. तर आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन आपण कंप्लीट केलेला. आता आपण सुरुवात करूया नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. बेसिकली देर इज ओनली वन टाइप ऑफ अँड द नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन विच वी आर युझिंग फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टरलायझेशन. फक्त एकच प्रकारचं नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन आहे जे आपण स्टरलायझेशनसाठी वापरत असतो आणि तो नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन म्हणजे यूव्ही लाईट, यूव्ही रेज, अल्ट्रा व्हायोलेट रेज. बघा, आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशनमध्ये मी तुम्हाला 3 प्रकारचे आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन सांगितले जे आपण वापरतो: एक्स रे, गॅमा रेज अँड कॅथोड रेज. इथे नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन जे वापरले जातात फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टरलायझेशन. ओके, in that basically one type of and the non-ionizing radiation is used for the process of sterilization, and that one type of the non-ionizing radiation which we are using for the process of sterilization is said to be a UV light, is said to be a ultraviolet light. So now try to understand the theory of UV. UV radiation is said to be a good example of the non-ionizing radiation. Second point, wavelength of the UV light, it ranges from 100 nanometer to 400 nanometer. बेसिकली जे UV लाईट आपण वापरतो फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टरलायझेशन त्याचं वेवलेंथ कुठल्या रेंजमध्ये आहे 100 नॅनोमीटर 100 नॅनोमीटर टू 400 नॅनोमीटर. UV light is found to be a most lethal in the range of 240 to 480 nanometer. हा जो UV लाईट आहे हा सर्वात जास्त लिथल किंवा हा सर्वात जास्त जे घातक आहे ते कुठल्या रेंजमध्ये आहे 240 ते 480 नॅनोमीटरच्या रेंजमध्ये हा अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट लाईट जो आहे तो सर्वात जास्त घातक आहे किंवा तो सर्वात जास्त लिथल आहे इन ऑर्डर टू किल द मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स, इन ऑर्डर टू किल द बॅक्टेरिया. बॅक्टेरिया आणि मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्सला जर किल करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला UV लाईटमध्ये त्यांना एक्सपोज करावं लागेल. UV लाईटमध्ये तुम्ही त्यांना एक्सपोज कराल पण त्यावेळेस वेवलेंथ किती असायला पाहिजे द वेवलेंथ शुड बी इन द रेंज ऑफ 240 नॅनोमीटर टू 480 नॅनोमीटर बिकॉज UV लाईट इज मोस्ट lethal in this particular range. Non-ionizing radiations are simply said to be those radiation which when get bombarded or get struck with the atoms or the molecules that does not lead the ionization, that is no ions are generated. Vice versa to the ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation शिकवत असताना मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं when the ionizing radiations are get bombarded, when the ionizing radiations are get bombarded over the atoms and the molecules, then it leads to the ionization of that atoms and molecule. It ejects out the electron. पण इथे तसं काही होत नाहीये. नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन बद्दल काय म्हटलं गेलं आहे नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन्स आर सिम्पली सेड टू बी दोज रेडिएशन्स which when get bombarded or get struck with and the atoms and the molecules, then it does not leads the ionization, means it does not leads to the generation of ions. Okay, moving on toward the next slide. Mercury light is one of the commonly used mercury light is one of the common source of and the UV light. Mercury light is commonly used as the source of ultraviolet light. UV light is having an ability to pass readily through the air, slightly through the liquid and poorly through the solids. हे UV लाईटचं पासिंग ॲबिलिटी इथे इंडिकेट केलेली आहे शेवटच्या पॉईंटमध्ये. अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट लाईट इज हॅव्हिंग एन ॲबिलिटी दॅट इट वॉज गेट पास्ड इझिली थ्रू द एअर, इट पास स्लाइटली थ्रू द लिक्विड बट इट पास पुअरली थ्रू द सॉलिड्स. ओके, सो दिस वॉज अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट ऑफ द नॉन आयनायझिंग रेडिएशन. आणि त्यात फक्त एकच प्रकारचा नॉन आयनायझिंग रेडिएशन आपण शिकतोय तो म्हणजे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट लाईट, UV लाईट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इन द सेम मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन ऑफ आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. सॉरी, हियर आय हॅव बीन रिटन इट इज आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन, हे चुकीचं लिहिलं गेलं इथे. आपल्याला मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन शिकायचं आहे बट मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन ऑफ नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. इट इज नॉट अ आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन, इट इज अ नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. ओके स्टुडंट, ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड. मी परत रिपीट करतोय. इथे तुमच्या समोर स्लाइडमध्ये मी लिहिलेलं आहे MOA मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन ऑफ आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन, पण हे मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन कोणाचं आहे नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन. UV light mainly affects the DNA strand of the microorganism by formation of the dimer between the adjacent pyramids, that is the thymine dimer. Try to understand. UV light, what is again the target of non-ionizing radiation? परत non-ionizing radiation चा टार्गेट कुठला आहे बघून घ्या तुम्ही. Here also the UV light is affecting on the DNA strand of the bacteria or the DNA molecule of the microorganism. However, this UV light or ultraviolet light is responsible for forming the dimer between the adjacent pyramids, that is the thymine dimer. Try to understand. When UV light is get exposed over the bacterial surface or over the bacteria, at that time that UV light is responsible for inducing the mutation in a DNA molecule मध्ये mutation induce करतोय तो UV light. म्युटेशन कुठला इंड्यूस करतोय UV light is responsible for forming the dimer between the adjacent pyrimids, that is the thymine dimer. This dimer leads to the changes in the genetic structure, that is the mutation is get induced. आणि हा जो thymine dimer जर तयार झाला तर याचा अर्थ काय होतोय की त्या DNA मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये परमनंटली म्युटेशन इंड्यूस होतोय. आणि म्युटेशनचा अर्थ काय होतोय अबनॉर्मल चेंजेस इन द DNA मॉलिक्यूल. आणि जर DNA मध्ये अबनॉर्मल चेंजेस झाले तर बॅक्टेरिया किंवा मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम हा जिवंत राहू शकत नाही. स्टुडंट, परत एकदा लक्षात घ्या हा मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ॲक्शन. UV light mainly affects the DNA molecule of the microorganism. However, this UV light is responsible for forming the dimer between the adjacent pyrimidines. It leads to the formation of thymine-thymine dimer. This dimer leads to the changes into the genetic structure, that is the mutation is get induced permanently in the DNA molecule. And once the mutation is get induced, then what will happen? The microorganism is not able to survive. However, this binding of thymine with the thymine instead of the adenine leads to the poor transcription and the bad protein formation. Normally DNA molecule मध्ये काय होतं आहे? Thymine is forming a bond with and the adenine. Thymine is one type of and the pyrimidine which forms and the his adjacent pair with and the adenine, while cytosine forms its adjacent pair with the guanine. लक्षात घ्या, थायमिन विथ ॲडिनिन अँड सायटोसिन विथ गुआनिन. पण इथे काय होतंय, युव्ही लाईटचं एक्सपोजर केल्यामुळे थायमिन कोणासोबत ॲडजस्टंट पेअर फॉर्म करायला पाहिजे? थायमिनने ॲडिनिन सोबत. पण इथे मागच्या स्लाइडमध्ये मी सांगितलं कुठलं पेअर तयार होतोय? थायमिन डायमर तयार होतोय. लक्षात घ्या, युव्ही लाईट एक्सपोज केल्यामुळे डीएनए मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये चेंजेस होत आहेत आणि त्या डीएनए मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये होणारा चेंज कुठला? इट लीड्स टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ थायमिन डायमर instead of thymine adenine. However, this binding of the thymine with the thymine instead of adenine leads to the poor transcription and the bad protein formation. Thus, this formation of thymine dimer is the abnormal, which ultimately leads to the killing of bacteria or microorganism. आणि एकदा जर का हा abnormal प्रकाराचा थायमिन डायमर तयार झाला तर बॅक्टेरिया सर्वाइव्ह करू शकत नाही. Okay, so hoping that student that you have been understand this particular point, that is mechanism of action of the non-ionizing radiation, that is UV light. Next one, application of non-ionizing radiation. This non-ionizing radiation, it is used to control the airborne contaminants in the hospital rooms, open theaters, food preparations areas, etc. Try to understand. Basically, this non-ionizing radiations, they are useful to control the airborne contaminants in the hospital rooms. It is useful for controlling the airborne, जे एअर मध्ये तयार होणारे मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझम्स आहेत त्यांचं कंट्रोल होत आहे. कोणामुळे? या UV लाईटमुळे. लक्षात घ्या, it is used to control the airborne contaminants in the hospital rooms, in the operation theaters and in the food preparation areas. It is also useful for the sterilization of the liquids such as in the milk, वाईन, बियर, फ्रूट ज्यूस एक्सेट्रा. जे कंटेनरमध्ये पॅक होणारे मिल्क, वाईन, बियर, फ्रूट किंवा फ्रूट ज्यूस आहेत यांचं सर्वांचं सुद्धा स्टरलायझेशन केलं जातं. कसं? सिम्पली हे कंटेनर काय आहेत, हे UV लाईटमध्ये एक्सपोज केले जातात. हे जे कंटेनर असतात या कंटेनर्सला UV लाईटमध्ये एक्सपोज केलं जातं आणि असं एक्सपोजर झाल्यामुळे काय होतंय की त्या कंटेनरमधलं जे काही कंटेनर असेल, वेदर इट इज अ मिल्क, इट इज अ वाईन, इट इज अ बियर और अ फ्रूट ज्यूस, दॅट विल गो अंडर द प्रोसेस ऑफ स्टरलायझेशन. Okay, moving on toward the next slide. Disadvantages of UV light, or we can say non-ionizing radiation. A continuous exposure to the UV light is harmful for the human beings. A continuous exposure of the UV light over the human body is very harmful for the human beings. However, it damages the human eye. It leads to the skin irritation problem. Skin irritation will be start. Skin burn will be take place, and finally a skin cancer may be caused in the human being. So this is only the disadvantage of the non-ionizing radiation or the UV light. Student, remember one thing, UV light is found to be a very harmful for the human being. However, if the human being is continuously get exposed under the UV light, then that UV light is responsible for damaging the human eye. It leads to the skin irritation problem, it leads to the skin problem, skin burn will be take place, and finally or ultimately it may leads to the problem of and the skin cancer. Understand, student? So this was about the fourth method of sterilization, that was said to be the radiation. Radiation as in the method of sterilization. Introduction, we have been studied what is meant by the radiation. Radiation is any form of the energy which was emitted after the atomic activities, and it is able to travel in a straight line through the matter as well as through the space. Energy content of the radiation is inversely proportional to the wavelength. It means that if wavelength is less, then the energy content will be high. and if energy content will be high, then higher will be the ability to kill the microorganism. त्यानंतर आपण शिकलो दोन प्रकाराचे रेडिएशन्स वापरले जातात. द फर्स्ट वन इज द आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन अँड द सेकंड वन इज द नॉन आयोनायझिंग रेडिएशन. So in ionizing radiation, we have studied the theory of ionizing radiation, mechanism of action of the ionizing radiation, and again we have studied the applications of ionizing radiation and disadvantages. Next one, that is the non-ionizing radiation. In that we have studied the theoretical part, mechanism of action, application and disadvantage. So student, we will stop here. In the next lecture, we will start with a new method of the sterilization, and that new method of the sterilization is here in front of you, that is the gaseous sterilization. But we will start with this particular method of gaseous sterilization in the next lecture. So thank you student, thank you very much.